Open my boutique with me as an 18-year-old boutique owner. I'm gonna keep reintroducing myself because I feel like I have new followers every day, which is absolutely amazing. Hello everyone, my name is Abigail. I'm the owner of Blushing Body Boutique. We are located in Willis, Texas. A fun fact about me and the store is I opened the boutique whenever I was 15. It has always been a dream of mine to have a boutique. I've always loved fashion and clothing, as every girl does, and my parents helped my dream come true. Now I'm 18 years old and this is my store. If you know me personally, you know I love everything girly. I love pink. I'm obsessed with bows right now, and it's so fun to have a space that I can reflect my personality on. I am currently a senior in high school. I switched to homeschooling halfway through junior year just because it was super hard to balance a storefront in public school. It was honestly the best decision I've ever made in my whole life. I love homeschool so much, and I will be graduating next week. I am so excited. I love meeting new people, so if you live local, definitely come in. If you don't live local, even connecting with me throughout these videos, private messaging me is always fun too. We also have an online shop that you can shop 24/7, and that is with the link in our bio. We have Instagram too, so don't forget to connect with us there. Bye guys!
This is the day in the life of a 28-year-old boutique owner. I'm almost 29 in March. I can't believe I'm saying that. Hey girl, my name is Lauren, and I own Tipsy Ricky's Boutique. I thought to kick off 2025, since we have 70,000 of you now on my Facebook, 21,000 of you on Instagram, and 36,000 of you on TikTok, that I should reintroduce myself. First of all, whoa, I started with literally 0 of you, so a massive shout out to you if you're one of those followers. Started this business almost 3 years ago in the back 2 bedrooms of my house, and somehow, someway, I've ended up with over 100,000 of you and a storefront. I'm located right on my small town's main street. Basically, what I love to do is find my people and help them create their dream wardrobe. Every day looks a little different, but I get to wake up every day and do what I love, and I'm just really excited to see what 2025 brings us. As a business owner, you live a life that has the highest highs and the lowest lows. I always look for new ways to be creative and bring something new. This is actually a little peek of what we're currently working on. If you're a jewelry girl, I think you're gonna love this. Biggest goal for 2025 is growth, and so we currently have ambassador applications live, and this is me freaking out at how many of you applied. We just want to find all the Tipsy Ricky's girls possible. I like to say we're the home of the coquette cowgirl. We thrive on statement pieces, but I believe you have to have those staples for your wardrobe. I want Tipsy Ricky's to be your new favorite brand of 2025. I just know 2025 is our year, and it would mean so much to me if you shared this video to help us reach others. Make sure you're following along to stay up to date on all things Tipsy Ricky's. And this is the day in the life of a 28-year-old boutique owner. Love you so much. Bye.
I was able to open my online boutique for only around $1,500, which is not that much when you're starting a business. So let's talk about how I did that while I do my makeup. So I would say the 2 most expensive aspects about starting any business, but specifically like an online boutique or something where you're having actual inventory that you have to stock and like sell, are always the inventory and then all of the like legal side of things. So when it comes to your inventory, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is to start small. Maybe just start out with your first collection being like 5 to 7 pieces. Honestly, probably on like the smaller side, like 5 pieces. I did not do that. I got way too excited and bought too much inventory, and I still have some left over from my first drop, which is fine. Stuff sells over time, but if you're like a really small business and you're really trying to be budget friendly with starting your own business, definitely buy a lot less. It's better to sell out and have to get more than to have to like hold on to a ton of inventory. And then as far as like the legal side of things, you do need to have like some sort of LLC or some type of covering over your business. The LLC and like all the legal aspects of things, getting your business name approved with your state, doing all of your like sales tax filing and like all that kind of stuff, like that does cost a little bit of money unless you want to like figure out how to do it all on your own. But I paid someone to help me with that because I couldn't be bothered to try and figure it out on my own. Now, if you really want to try to like not spend as much money as possible to open your business, you can steer away from any like customized packaging or anything like that. I did not actually, because I really wanted to like have my boutique be super personalized. I made like custom order cards, custom stickers, and like all that kind of stuff. I didn't get custom poly mailers or like other packing things, really just the stickers, the tags, and my order cards. But you can skip all that if you really, really want to try and be budget friendly. And of course, you also have to have like your website and everything, which I use Shopify. The basic plan, I am still on it, and you don't really have to pay that much for it. I feel like the last biggest piece of advice I can give is to really push social media, and that's kind of that way for like any business, especially like well before you start or even want to launch your business. Just start posting videos, start posting like story times of why you're starting your business. I even posted videos like just unboxing all of my packing supplies that I got, like a day in my life of figuring out how to open my own business. Like I didn't even have any of the inventory yet. You just have to get kind of creative, especially when you're waiting for inventory to get in. But like in this day and age, if you want to have a successful online business, you are basically also doubling as a content creator. But let me know if you want like a part 2, maybe of like things I would do differently if I was to start again from scratch. And at the end of the day, if you're gonna start a business, make sure you're passionate about it, because it is not always easy and it is a lot of work. But if you really enjoy it, it is gonna be rewarding and it is gonna be fun for you once you get it up and running.
If you're looking for some great wholesale inventory for your boutique, or maybe you're just getting started on your boutique journey and you're wondering where are some good places to find inventory, I got you. There is no gatekeeping here. We are going straight to the websites. Let me open up my laptop. Okay, the first one I want to show you is Wholesale Accessory Market. This website has really cute items that you can buy for your boutique, tons of accessories, lots of cute earrings. By the way, I'm not logged in, so they just show their prices to anybody. So you don't even need to count to see the pricing. So it's wholesaleaccessorymarket.com. There you go. The next vendor is Zanana. That is ezanana.com, and this is a very popular vendor in the boutique world. They are the brand behind a lot of the very popular items that you know and love. It's very affordable. They're awesome, easy to work with, and easy to get started with. Next, let's talk about The website is umgwholesale.com. There you go. This brand makes really great, amazing, on-trend, quality items. I love all their marketing they have going on right now, like this cowgirl chic thing. Yes. Next up, let's talk about Fashion Go. It's fashiongo.net. So what's so cool about Fashion Go is that it has like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vendors all in one place. So look at this. Like, I'm not kidding. Guys, all vendors. You can click on like new in and see all of the new arrivals in one spot. Like, it's absolutely awesome. Everything is broken down into categories, so that's great. Okay, hope that helps, guys. Happy shopping.
If you've ever wanted to open an online boutique, this is the video that you need to watch. Hi, my name is Aaliyah. 2 years ago, at 21 years old, I made a huge step and opened my online boutique, Dressed by Aaliyah. I'm going to be telling y'all step by step everything I did to open this business. Go ahead and get you out a pen and a piece of paper, because the only thing that's free in life is knowledge, and that's what I'm about to give you, so listen up. Step 1 was figure out what I wanted the boutique to represent. Then you're going to pick a name based off whatever you feel reflects that. Step 2 was to apply for a seller's permit. I know these can vary state to state, as well as apply for an EIN number. This is just the IRS's way of identifying your business. Step 3 was build my website. I always recommend Shopify. It's just the best and most user-friendly. And just something that I wish I could have told myself is that if you're going to be doing your website by yourself, you will get better with time. No one starts out knowing how to just make a 5-star website. Give yourself grace and remember that everybody starts somewhere. Step number 4, I had to open my own business account, as well as register my business in the county where I would be doing business now that I had gotten all of my certifications back. Also, a little tip that I forgot to mention, always make sure the handle you're wanting to use for your business has not already been taken on social media. This is getting really long, and honestly, I could do a million steps, so let me know if y'all want a part 2.
Hey y'all, so a lot of you have been asking for tips and tricks on how to start a business or a boutique, so I'm going to go through the process of what I needed to start mine and everything I learned. But remember to Google and research everything, because I am not all-knowing. The first things you need is an EIN or employer identification number, because taxes, y'all, and almost every wholesaler or designer is going to ask for this. The second thing you're going to need is a wholesale license, because once again, all the wholesalers and designers need to know you're a legit business, and they're going to need this so you can resell their product. Another thing you're going to want to do is determine what you want to form your business as, a sole proprietorship, LLC, etc., etc. Google it, because I'm not good with the legal jargon and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You're also going to want to register your business name so no one can use anything similar and it's unique to you. So you're going to want to make sure you're fulfilling state and county licensing requirements, especially if you're doing business from your home, because everyone's different. Keep following for more and like for part 2.
Hey guys, my name is Aaliyah. I opened Dressed by Aaliyah almost 4 years ago, and we have made over $1 million in sales. So I'm going to walk around the boutique and share some tips and tricks with y'all that have helped me achieve the success in this business. And I just want to preface this by saying I have had $0 weeks and I've had $20,000 weeks. So I say all this to say, never let the low points keep you from reaching your high points, because a bad season does not mean a good season is not right around the corner. Okay, so let's get into the tips and tricks. The number 1 tip that I would give you is when you are shopping for your boutique, do not just try to buy things that are cute and trendy.
Buy from vendors that you know offer good quality clothing, even if it is a little bit more and you have to make a little bit less, just because this is what's going to keep your boutique in good standing with your customers and what is going to attract people to want to come back and continue shopping with you. Number 2 is have a good range of different kind of items. And what I mean by like different kind of items is make sure that you have things that are not just like formal, have things that are like comfy, but maybe some that you could dress up, even some graphic tees, just anything, because your customers are all going to want different things. And I kid you not, the items that I think are not going to sell end up being like our best sellers. Number 3 is be willing to do a lot of the work yourself. A huge mistake that I made when I first opened my boutique online is I thought I needed a lot more help than I actually did. And the more help that you have, the more overhead costs, and over time it just really gets to be a lot, and it takes away from the profit that you need to be able to pour back into your business. So yes, it may be more work, but the reward is so much greater when you are actually being able to see the success that your business is showing. And last but not least, I do not care how cute an item is unless you know for 100% certainty that that item is going to sell, because there have been times that I have bought 4 packs of things and I thought it was going to sell out the day that we got it, and it just did not sell. So don't feel like you have to overdo it. You really do not have to. If you have any more questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to do another video answering them.
Get ready with me while we talk about how much inventory you actually need to start an online boutique. I feel like there's so many misconceptions about how much money you actually need to invest in inventory when you start, because let me tell you, you do not need thousands and thousands of dollars of inventory to start a boutique. I'll share my video here, but I literally started with maybe $2,000 worth of inventory to start, and then I just focused on reinvesting every cent of profit that I made into new inventory, and that's how over the last almost 3 years I have been able to grow my inventory to where it's at right now, which if you've seen me pack orders, there's a lot. So another option for newer boutique owners, honestly anyone can use it, but I wish I had done it when I first started, is drop shipping. So you guys know I do most of my buying on Fashion Go, and they have a whole drop shipping platform. So drop shipping is basically an amazing way to be able to offer more products in your store without having to have the upfront cost, without having to store the inventory in, your warehouse or wherever you operate out of. Obviously, because we're not storing any inventory, Fashion Go also takes care of the shipping, which is super nice because that also frees up so much of your time to focus on other aspects of your business. What I personally would do when it comes to drop shipping is I would order 1 pack from the vendor to be shipped to me so I have it on hand, and then you can see the quality, the fit, the style, everything like that, so you can really make sure that you are communicating full transparency with your customers. So if you have the 1 pack on hand, you could ship those, and then moving forward from there, you could integrate the drop shipping, so that way any products beyond that first pack, you could use the drop shipping and Fashion Go will fulfill it for you. So I feel like that's the best of both worlds, to still give that customer service, that transparency, that authenticity for every product. So you can style them, show them, take the product photos, but then not have to spend all of the money to hold the inventory on hand. Either way, my biggest piece of advice is to start slow and don't bite off more than you can chew. Starting your business, especially an online boutique, is a lot of work. It's a lot of learning curves. So make sure whatever route you choose, whether it is carrying the inventory on hand or going the drop shipping option, you start slow and then slowly build yourself up as your business grows. If you aren't already on Fashion Go, make sure you click that link in my bio to sign up. It is free to sign up and free to use the drop shipping option as long as you upload your business documents and your resale certification. But if you guys have any other questions about drop shipping, about Fashion Go, about boutique owner life, definitely let me know and drop a comment below and I will make more videos for what you guys want to see. Makeup done. I just need to go add a lip downstairs and we are ready to go. Bye.
So I get a lot of questions on how I started my boutique. Did I go to school? How did I grow it to this point? I don't really know. Sit down and make a video really quickly and just do my best to explain. It was just something that was always in the back of my mind for like as long as I can remember. The thing that really did it for me was London Tipton and the As Sweet Life as Zach and Cody episode where she did the boutique for like one day. I fell in love. That's literally in my mission statement. That is like seared in my brain. Graduated early from high school, straight into the workforce. I worked at a medical billing office for like 5 years maybe. And then I started my first business, which was cleaning residential houses. So I cleaned residential houses for about 2 years maybe. I got a DM from a local boutique asking me to come do some content for them. At the time, I was kind of like dabbling in the content creator world. I was like, yeah, I mean, this is local. I love to do this anyways. So I went for an interview, got the job, and also got offered more of a full-time job. And at the time, I thought it would be a little bit sweeter of a situation than what it was. It pretty much ended up being full-time job with a side of content and also 6 million other jobs that I wasn't getting paid for. I wanted to do more of like the modeling content creation side. I'm by no means calling myself a model. It just like wasn't what I wanted to do. However, I learned so much and I will always value that because being in that space that I didn't necessarily want to be in is what kind of trained me to know how to operate what I'm currently working on. Long story short, I ended up leaving. I was like, all right, so I can either go back to cleaning or me and my husband can invest all the money that we have and try to start my own business. You can obviously, you know, we know what happened. Say all of our money, I think we put like $5,000 into the business to start, which is like a very small amount compared to what I know others have spent. My goal was to literally just get it off the ground and have product to sell. I didn't learn it all when I was working at that boutique, but I kind of like knew how to navigate it at the least on a very, very vague level. Started back just online. I launched in March of 2022. It was, I thought, the best night ever when I finally launched. I maybe launched 12 pieces 15 pieces. My whole thing was like, all right, there's these very established brands and boutiques that have a name. If I'm carrying the same products, why would someone choose me over someone that they've ordered from 3 million times? My goal was to fund fun, like going out, like statement pieces you weren't finding everywhere else, or if you were, it might be at a little bit better of a price point, because at the time my markup, it was just me. I literally just wanted to sell the clothes and get my product in people's hands, and I didn't really care what I was profiting on at that time. That might not have been a good business plan. So the beginning of it for me was pretty much about brand awareness and like building a customer base. Hey, she's selling quality product. I love what I'm getting from her. Essentially what I was doing, and what I still am kind of doing today, this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you start something, literally you're just like doing this with your money, reinvesting back in. I'm pushing into year 3 and finally starting to see some of the payoff. I think that's like a really big misconception, is people are like, oh, she's making all of this money, like she just gets to go in and sell clothes all day and play dress up. And it's like, it's literally not like that. It's just not like that. I wish it was. However, it's not. Started going to vendor events and setting up, but I got tired of breaking everything down, setting everything up. It was just so much work. So much respect goes to the people that do that every weekend. Y'all are insane, and I applaud you just endlessly. I'm seeing like the same faces. I'm getting this continued support. Why do I not just have a storefront and a home base that they can come to me? I've got a place to go to get out of my house, because I hated that and I had like 4 wall syndrome. A lot of comments about like, where are all your shoppers at? I'm gonna tell you, I live in a small town. It is not like downtown Nashville. Today, I've been here all day. Not one person has come in, which is actually good for me because I can work on content all day. Storefront is not my #1 source of sales or revenue. My storefront is here for me to have a separate place to go to work, and also for my local girls who do want to come out and shop and support. This is here and accessible for them. I wanted to do this for the girls who lived locally and nearby. That is just where my heart was at. This is the flagship location. I will never get rid of it. It is my home. I think my CPA said that like only 40% of my sales come from my physical location, which is crazy that so many of you are shopping with me across the US. Shout out to y'all. It is a lot of work to uphold, upkeep, a storefront the way that I want it to be at all times. Start online, start very small. Do not nosedive directly in. That would be a horrible, horrible mistake. Ease your way in it. Start small, sell online, offer local pickup. There are things that you can do where you don't have so much of an investment into something that you're not sure you can keep up with. I've never been to college for business. I've never been to school for marketing. These are just things that after being in the influencer boutique world for so long, you kind of can just figure it out. You are on social media and you pay attention to social media and how it moves. You kind of figure out how to navigate that. And that's just what I've done. And I think consistency is what I have learned to be key, niching down and finding your audience. Content is king. You have your phone in your hand every single day. It is your business tool. Don't take anything else from this. It is to take away how important good content is. I'm not saying you have to have a high quality camera or like edit for hours. Unfortunately, I choose video formats that it is that way for me. Make sure you're taking the time to really get that good clip or photo or whatever it may be. My industry is shifting all the time. I have watched the boutique world go from something that was everything that I was trying to be to now the exact opposite. People really like a story. They really like knowing the face behind the brand. And so that is like what I have, and I enjoy making content like that. I don't try to be overly salesy in my content. It's mostly to be like, oh, okay, I like this business, I like the message, I like the vibe, and I also like the clothes, so then I'm gonna make that purchase. You know, I'm not like, look at this brand new top and look at this, you know what I mean? I don't like to speak to my people like that because it just feels overly salesy, and I could be doing everything all wrong. I don't know, but I just have chosen to move that way and has ended up paying off. Every business model is different. I'm not telling you that would work for you 110%. I'm just saying I do what I enjoy and I make the content that I enjoy making, and it makes my life so much better. It also helps you stand out in a way versus following suit with what everyone else is doing. Been to one magic show in Nashville. I'm planning on going back in April. This is where you buy clothing. A lot of people go to Atlanta Market every single year, multiple times a year. I have never been. I do all my buying online on Fashion Go. Fashion Go is just like the one-stop shop. It's what I've done since the beginning and it works for me. I get stuff quickly. I love them. And all of my favorite vendors, most all of them are on that website. Trying to enter the boutique world and you don't know where to get your stuff, Fashion Go is a really good platform to check out. Most boutique owners would probably tell you that I'm insane for doing it this way. It's worked for me. It's easy to access, and I will die on this hill. Just some little, very surface level bits of information on kind of how I got started, what life looked like for me, and kind of where I am now. It is scary to do any of this, but you can do it if you are willing to put in the work. That is the biggest requirement. You cannot wake up every day and just expect it to happen for you. I go through periods of burnout all the time, and I wake up and have days like that, and it's okay to have days like that. But you cannot operate your business like that, because you will not just have people beating on your door. You will have to beat on theirs, stay in their face, make sure they know who you are, know who the brand is, and do not stop. Consistency. I would love to have a warehouse in the future. This is so corny, but have the big dreams. I think that's also what drives me, is like thinking big. Don't think small numbers, think big numbers. When you have a small numbers day, wake up the next one and try again. You have to. You're gonna have days where you don't want to do it anymore and you think, why in the world? Why in the world am I continuing? No one is supporting me. You will find them. You will find them if you keep trying. That is the 411 on Tipsy Ricky's Boutique. Thank you so much for being here. And if this is something you cared about listening through, I love you and I appreciate you, and I think you can do it, and I'm cheering you on. If you have any specific questions, let me know in the comments or message me. Love you so much. Bye.